Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how you can host your Flask wave project online so that you can access your project anywhere from using internet. So here is a sample Flask application. I unzipped it. So if I go inside the project, this is my project file. I have my Flask application. We don't need this for now, but yeah, also we don't. So this is my simple Flask application. We have the Python script, then we have um, some HTML files inside template folder, and we also have a .txt file which is called requirements.txt. So for any Python project, this is kind of a mandatory to have requirements.txt, which contains the modules or libraries that you need to install to run this specific application. So for this simple project, we need Flask, we need Bootstrap, we need Flask FT WTF, then we want WT forms. So anyway, so this is my Flask project. If I want to check or if I want to run it locally, we can open it in VS Code. So right now I opened it in VS Code and I already installed the Flask dependency. So if you want to install the Flask dependency, there is a command called pip install our requirements. So if you run this or simply this, you'd be able to install all the dependencies or all the libraries you need to run this specific program or application. I already did it. So if I want to run it, I can just click here to run it, or I can just write Python Flask application.py. Maybe I should run it from here. Oh yeah, so I'm running it from here. For some reason I got an error when I tried to run it using the command. Anyway, so my application is running. It's in our local it's called local host. So right now it's running in my local host. This is the IP for my local host, and this is the port ID. So you can register, and now you're logged in. So this is a simple application, and what we want to do is we want to run the same application online. So let's do that. So I'm going to show you from fresh with a new account. So let's log into my Google account. Let's see if the password works. So anyway, I just logged into my Google. Anyway, I am logged into my Google. If I go to my Google account, it should be there, and I can access my email as well, I think. Yeah. So anyway, so in order to host any website, you need a web hosting agent. So there are some websites who will help you to host your own website. So one of them for Python is PythonAnywhere. It's cheap, and it's you can if you have a simple web application, you can deploy that in PythonAnywhere. So yeah, so let's log in. So right now I'm not registered here, so let's create an account. So let's go to pricing and sign up. So you can see the pricing, it's not that much, $5 per month. But if you really want to work on a startup or a company, then you should pay much more. But we don't need these features right now, so we can work with the beginner account or beginner feature, which which is free. You don't have to spend any money. So let's create a beginner account, give any username, then give any password. It will ask you to confirm your email. It's taking a bit time to send me the uh, confirmation link. Let me check my spam. Let's try again to create the account. Anyway, I'll stop here. I'll start recording when I get the the confirmation link, so that I can confirm my email and then start working. I'll get back when I'm done with this. Sorry, my bad. I used a wrong website, so I wasn't getting the link. So here is my confirmation link. Uh, now I just confirmed. So now I am inside the PythonAnywhere. So I can start deploying my website. So this is the dashboard. So when you're logged in and if you're registered properly, this should be your dashboard. This is your username. You have console. The console is like the terminal, and you can access all your data using your console. So let's say we first want to upload our Flask application files. So in order to do that, let's click on browse files. So this is my home directory, and inside the home directory this is my user name. So this is the place where I will be working. So right now I want to create a new folder here, or directory. So let's call it test. It can be any name, and when we are done with it, you should see home, then your username, then test. You are inside this directory right now, and you can create new files or you can upload new files. So what I want to do, I want to create another file called template templates, yeah, templates. So inside the test, there is now a new directory called templates. Inside here, I should keep all my HTML files. So first of all, the 404, then base, then index, then register, then user. So this is all my HTML file. Now I need to import my Flask file, I mean Python files. So we need these two files. So we are uploading these two files inside test. So we want to upload our Python file. So this is our Flask application file. Then we also need the requirements.txt. So now we have all our file here. To check, so if you want to check again, go to dashboard, then go to files, browse files. Then inside browse file, there should be a file called test, directory called test. Inside the test directory, there is another directory called templates. Inside the templates, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 file, and outside template and inside test, we have these two files as well. So inside test, we have one directory templates and two file. So right now we want to install our Flask project. So in order to do that, we have to create an environment. So environment is a place where you keep your libraries specific to your program. So anyway, so we have to go to the console. So let's click on the bash. So I clicked on the bash. So this is a bash console. You can write commands here. So first, what we want to do, we want to install a library called install a library called virtual EVN, or virtual environment. So it should be, my bad, it should be -- user. Alright, we're done with installing the virtual environment. Now we want to create a virtual environment. In order to do that, we need the command virtual env, then the name of your environment. So for mine, it can be anything. Let's name it test with T, lowercase t. So it's gonna take some time to create this environment. So it's done with creating the environment. Now we want to go inside the environment. So before I do that, I should go inside my project itself. So right now, If you want to see in the bash where you are right now, you can write pwd. So we can see that we are inside home, then my username, and I want to go inside my test directory. So I want to look what directory we have in my username directory. So I can just write ls to do that. So you see we have the test directory and we have the test environment. So this is my environment. What we want to do, we let's go inside the let's go inside our directory. My bad, let's go inside our environment. So in order to do that, we need source, then vnv slash bin slash activate. My bad, this should be the name of our environment. So our environment is test. All right, so this is how you should write your environment. So source, then the name of the environment, bin, then activate. So now you can see that there is something written test here, which means that we are inside this environment. We want to go inside our project itself. So if you write ls, you should see the name of your project here. So if you write cd test, you should be able to go inside your project. Now you're inside your project directory. So this is your project directory. If you write ls, it should show you all the files you have and also all the directories you have. You can also write I think a for detail, or yeah, anyway. So now we are inside our environment. Also, we are inside our directory. So what we now want to do is to install the libraries that we have inside uh, requirement dot requirements.txt. So the command should be pip install r then requirements.txt. It will take some time to install. So once we are done with the console or installing the packages, we are done with the console. We don't need to work on our console anymore. Then we have to configure our app. So in order to do that, we should come back here in the web app. But let's see if it's done already. So it's taking some time. I think we are done. So right now we have installed our um, dependencies or libraries, and we are done with setting up the code and everything. Now we have to set up our web application. So you should click the open web tab. Right now we are inside the open web tab. So you can see the web is highlighted here. So that means that we are in the web tab. There is a button called add a new web app. Click here. Then we don't have any domain name right now. So this is the link where our application will be hosted. So if we go here, we will be seeing our website when after it's deployed. Right now, if you go there, you're not gonna see anything because it's not deployed. So it says coming soon or something like that. So anyway, so we can click next. We know that we are using Flask, so we can click here, Flask, we need Flask 13, I believe, because the application we worked with here locally, we use 13, Python 13, so that's why we used Python 13 earlier. So if we go back, it's telling me which application, which Python did I use. We can also change it later if you want. So anyway, you have to give the name where your Flask application resides. So if you come here, and or if you go to your PythonAnywhere, so if you browse the file and go to test and click here, so this is the location where your application file is. So you have to copy this and so yeah, so this is what it should look like. Click next. Then we need to, before we can reload our website, we should do some changes here. So the version is 13, you can change it later if you want. Then you have to choose your environment. We know that our environment is at our environment is test. So inside home, anyway, if we click here, so this should be our yeah, so this is um, our location for our environment. So this is our location for our environment. If I go cc then ls, so this should be our location for our environment. Then what we need right now, we don't have any static file and everything looks good. Now if you click here, reload, it should work, I believe. So right now it's compiling, and if I click here, it should take me to my website. It's not running properly. Let's see what it needs. So let's open the config file. So this is our configuration file. It looks alright, no problem with that. Let's see if there is any error here. Oh, I think I got it. This is really important. I missed an important step. The important step is, I also talked about it during the class, that is, when you deploy, you should remove these to false. So I think that's the problem right now. If I go to Python, if I go to my files, then go to test, then Flask application, why my Flask application looks like this? It shouldn't look like this anyway. So I should take my Flask application code, copy it, paste here again, then instead of true I have to write false here, then I have to save it. So now it should work. So if I go to Python, if I go to the web app application, open web tab, then if we click here reload, it should recompile my Flask application file. So anyway, so if the PythonAnywhere finds that your code has a debug equals to true, I think it replaces the whole code. So yes, if I go to the link, yeah, now it's working. Now you can see that uh, your website is working. So you can just write your name, email, then give any date, then register. Yeah, so it's working. So yeah, this is how you deploy your projects, any Flask application project that is running properly. So yeah, so I think what you should do before you upload your code is just change here from true to false, then you save it, then you upload your code in, and you're not likely to see the error that I have seen. I have got it. Anyway, thank you. Let me know if you find anything confusing. Email me. Thank you.